What's up guys, this is Chris here, and today we're going to be doing a quick little optic review of an optic that I was really surprised about. Today we're going to be talking about the Riton Optics Red Dot. This one specifically is the 3 Tactix ARD. Now before we get into the video, I do want to mention my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys very much. It's because of you guys we're able to get guns and ammunition and cool shit on the channel. If you want to support the channel, that's the best way to do it. Just go to the link in the description. If you don't want to do Patreon and you just want to sign up on YouTube, super thanks. We appreciate that as well. That's YouTube's version. I also want to mention a local shelter in Ames, Iowa. It's the YSS. It could really use your support. So please go down there and click the link and donate to those kids. And then finally, if you like these optic videos, we're going to be in a lot more of these on our second channel, Outlaw Life. So feel free to check that out as well. Now, specify up front, Riton did send me this. However, that does not guarantee a positive review, as everyone who watches the channel knows that. As far as the testing protocol for this optic, we actually shot it on 2 separate 1,000-round reviews, so it has 2,000 rounds downrange. And it also has been on my MPX PCC for quite a while past that. So probably 2,400, something like that. Some 5.56, some 9mm, no 308 sadly, but it's still a pretty good test, especially considering those are the 2 most common calibers. We ran this on the MPX, as I said. I ran it on a BCM. This optic, I think, is a really good optic for the money, and I'll get into why. I mean, it's kind of specifically designed for the AR-15 platform, but you can use it on a bunch of different things. It's a very lightweight optic, similar to the Aimpoint T1 or T2 series, almost exactly the same size as the Trijicon MRO, which is very cool. Has a 25mm objective lens, and it does come with this QD mount, 1/3 skeletonized mount here, which worked very well and retained zero throughout the process. We did a ton of drop testing on this with guns and without. We threw this not only for the review, but we also just did it like 20 minutes ago as well, just to make sure that we couldn't crack the glass or anything like that or break any of the knobs on there, and it performed excellent. We threw this 25 feet, kicked it around, did all kinds of stuff, no problems whatsoever. All right, this is the Riton drop test without the rifle. We're just gonna throw it up a few times, land it on the gravel. Kobe. I like the 25mm objective lens because it seems like you're getting more sight picture than you really are, I guess. I don't know, it just seems a little bit faster overall than a straight tubular design because you have a larger objective lens than the back. So it just seems like it is a little bit easier to acquire targets quickly, especially through transitions and through picking the gun up and getting ready on those ready drills. If you do those like sub-second ready drills, you can really notice the difference with a bigger objective lens, and I personally like that. It has got 1/2 MOA elevation and windage adjustments. As you can see right here, they are not capped, but who really cares? I lose the caps on the aim points all the time. Anyway, they are shrouded, which works really well. On top of that, we have a illumination dial on the side, which has off switches between each one. Very cool because you don't want to have to turn it all the way to turn it off. That's something a lot of the premium optics do, and that's something you'll get with this as well. 6 levels of brightness, and the top level is for sure daylight bright. I would say it's aim point bright, and you do get 40,000 hours of battery life, which is really nice. Now, these are a veteran-owned company, and I really appreciate that as well. However, the thing I like the best about these is that they come in at a price that's a little bit under the premium price. The MSRP for these is around $400. I've seen these for a little bit less. Honestly, if you pair that with the new T2, I mean, you're looking at about 2 of these for every 1 of those, and on top of that, it comes with a pretty decent included mount. If you're considering a mount is about $100 for a decent one, you're looking at about a $300 overall price tag for this, making it a pretty good overall package. And the reason why I'm doing the review is because I'm actually planning on getting a few more of these to cover a lot of rifles that are just not good enough to get an aim point, but pretty damn close. So if you're on a budget, but you want something solid that's gonna last you a lifetime, I think this is a good way to go. They have a really good warranty as well. This and maybe the Holosun and the SIG optics, the thing I like about Riton though is, again, veteran-owned company, so I appreciate that. Again, they have an unlimited lifetime warranty, so if anything does go wrong, you'll be good to go. Now we have a multi-coated lens. It is waterproof and it is low light enhanced, meaning that it does not have almost any perceived blue tint to it on the actual lens itself, which is really, really cool. This, again, is similar to a Trijicon MRO, but I think this has a lot less blue tint to it, even though it has a similar battery life. Usually put a big blue tint on there to help with the contrast for the laser, and the less blue tint you have, usually the less battery life you have. However, with this and something like the Aimpoint T2, you get the best of both worlds. The dot size is 2 MOA, which I like a lot. 2 MOA is my personal favorite. I run a 2.5 MOA usually for my SROs, sometimes a 5 for a handgun, but for a rifle, I like a 1 MOA or a 2 MOA. 2 MOA is great for everything. It's really good up close, plus it's pretty good at distance. You can turn the dot down if you want a little bit more crisper sight picture, so it works great for me. The weight on this, as I said, it's very light, but the weight on this with the mount is only 4 ounces, making it super lightweight, so you can put this on any rifle you want and you won't notice it. And finally, it did come with flip-up covers, but those things disappeared really quick because I freaking hate flip-up covers. They always break, they always get in my way. I don't really care about them, so I just took them off and reviewed it the way it was. Overall, for the experience and the price point that I've had with this optic, I would consider it a pretty excellent optic for the money, arguably one of the best. I mean, it certainly would be on par with things like the 503 from Holosun and the MRO from Trijicon. I would put it in about that range of quality, with maybe a little bit more quality than the Holosun, maybe a little bit less than the Trijicon, but it sits right in the middle of the price tier as well. So for around $400, you get a banging optic with a pretty good mount. I think that's a good deal. If you think so, go feel free to check one out over at Riton Optics. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.